Hello, my name is Dr. Yaya Sissoko, Professor of Economics, Department of Finance and Economics at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Today we're going to talk about Chapter 12, Unemployment. This video is about the intertemporal substitution hypothesis versus the sectoral shift hypothesis. So what is the intertemporal substitution hypothesis? The intertemporal substitution hypothesis argues that the U-shift in labor supply observed over the business cycle may be the result of workers reallocating their time so as to purchase leisure when it's cheap, that is, during recession. Job search models provide a sensitive explanation for the existence of frictional unemployment. This type of unemployment is voluntary in the sense that workers invested in information in return for a high wage in their new job. The theory of labor supply over the life cycle, recall from Chapter 2, predicted that workers have an incentive to work those years when the wages is high and to consume in those years when the wages is low. The IHS model also has interesting implications for how workers allocate their time over the business cycle. The real wage fluctuation over the business cycle is pro-cyclical. That is, the real wage rises when the economy is expanding, decline when the economy contracts. The ISH model makes two key assumptions. The first assumption is that the real wage is pro-cyclical. The second assumption is labor supply is elastic and responds to shift in the real wage. Because it is cheap to consume leisure when the real wage is low, workers are more than willing to work less during recession. They can collect unemployment insurance benefit while unemployed, or perhaps leave the labor force altogether. Put in other words, some of the unemployment observed in the economic downturn might be voluntary because workers are taking advantage of the decline in the real wage to consume leisure. The question of whether real wages are sticky over the business cycle is one of the oldest questions in macroeconomics. Although there is a growing consensus that wages are indeed pro-cyclical, the size of the correlation between wages and the business cycle has not been established conclusively, and it seems to vary across recession. So, however, labor supply for men tend to be inelastic. In short, it seems doubtful that the increase in unemployment observed during a recession can be dismissed as a voluntary relocation of the worker time. Let's now focus on the sectoral shift hypothesis, the HHS model. The SSH model argued that structural unemployment rises because the skills of workers cannot easily be transferred across sectors. One important explanation stresses the possibility that workers who are searching for jobs are not qualified to fill the available vacancy. It's well known that shift in the aggregate demand do not affect all sectors of the economy equally. At any point in time, some sectors of the economy are expanding and some others are in decline. To see how this sector-specific shock might create structural unemployment, suppose the manufacturing industry is hit by an adverse shock because of the reduced demand for their output. Manufacturers lay off many workers. Favorable shocks to other sectors such as the computer industry increase the demand for labor by high-tech firms. If the skills of lay-off manufacturing workers could be easily transferred across industry, the adverse condition or in the manufacturing sector will not lead to long-term unemployment. The layoff workers will leave the manufacturing sector and move on to jobs in the new thriving high-tech sector. This will be frictional unemployment as workers learn about and sample the various opportunities available in the computer industry. So the skills of workers lay off from declining industry cannot be have to be retooled before they can find job in growing industry due to long spell of structural imbalances between the skills of unemployed workers and the skills that employers are looking for. Another reason is the shift in the aggregate demand do not affect all sectors of the economy equally. Some sectors are expanding and other sectors are declining. Some studies have also tested the SHH model by noticing that when stock prices are rising, when firms are hit by favorable shocks, and declining when firms are hit by adverse shocks. The dispersion in the change of the stock prices across industry therefore provide information about the importance of sectoral shocks in the economy. We can illustrate the structural shift hypothesis, with these two tables. The first table, so the exit rate, depend on the duration of the spell in month. So, for instance, if the duration of the spell of unemployment is only 1 month, so the exit rate is about 60%. If the duration is 2 months, it's 20%. 3 months also 20%. 4 months 20%, and then so 5 months also 20%. So, but if the duration of spell is 6 months, then it's 100%. So unemployment, so the person would say unemployed for longer period of time. On the other hand, the unemployment rate based on so the education and attainment, with high school degree and college degree for the for white, black, and Spanish. With high school degree, white have the lowest unemployment rate in 2006, with 0.7%, followed by Spanish 4.1%, and then black almost double, more than double the unemployment rate of the white people with high school diploma, with 8%. On the other hand, also These unemployment rates are confirmed with college degree. So white with college degree got only the lowest unemployment with 2%, followed by Spanish 2.2%, and black so 2.8%. So but now the gap is a little bit much smaller between white and black than with the college degree than so uh, than with the high school diploma. Table 12.1 reported the unemployment rate in the US in 2017 by demographic group, age, race, and gender, and also by industry. We can see that in 2017, younger workers are more likely to be unemployed. Indeed, the unemployment rate of teenagers was 14% in 2017 as compared to only about 3% for for people 45 to 64 years old. Also, the unemployment rate by race, we can see that it's the Asian worker has the lowest unemployment rate with only 3.4%, as compared to the highest, of black worker with 7.5%. By gender, female and male have almost the same unemployment rate with 4.3% for female and then 4.4% for male. All workers in the US in 2017 had so unemployment rate of 4.4%. If we compare the unemployment rate by industry, the industry with the lowest unemployment rate in 2017 was was finance, insurance, and real estate with only 3.4%, followed by government with 2.5%. The industry with the highest unemployment rate was agricultural with 7.2%, followed by leisure and hospitality with 6.1%, and mine and construction with 6%. This is the end of the video about the intertemporal substitution hypothesis versus the sectoral shift hypothesis. Next time, we'll talk about the last video of unemployment, which is the Phillips curve. Thank you.